his hair, son. Oh, man. Well, it ain't gonna work. Might work, I don't know. Doesn't want to. Look at Will Miss. Oh, yeah, there we go. What's going on? Well, I haven't done lives much this week. It's been busy. I don't have my microphone on, so I don't know if you can hear me. We 5x5. 5x5 is a military saying where you can hear. This is when I need my computer hooked up so I can see the comments. Hi, man. I'm tired of them. What are you tired of? Tired of my lives? You know, I get tired of them sometimes. Because, you know, it doesn't get much attention. But I got good people. I got good subscribers that talk and act as if they are good friends. No, basically meaning I'm frozen. I should be connected to Wi-Fi. Let me see. Yeah, I'm connected to Wi-Fi. What deer I have? Unfortunately, I have not acquired a deer yet. I've actually got a lot of going on in the personal life, which I wouldn't care to inform you all. Everybody has a life where they got like drama and disagreements with people. You know what I mean? Oh man. I have to move closer so I can see the comments. I need to get my computer to watch the comments. Try to tilt this a little bit. Yet. True life is the hit. Yeah, I mean, you could share some types of true life but I don't think anybody really should share like the 100% of true life. Maybe if you're like Kim Kardashian and all those back in the day. What was it? The Kardashian show. Man, that's been like 15 years ago. It was a big hit. It was a big hit, man. But I'm at home, so I was trying to let y'all know like it was a busy week this week trucking. Uh, Before trucking, because I was off Monday and Tuesday, because I ended up attending a good friend of mine's funeral, and he had a brother and a sister. I didn't see his sister there, but I was close friends with my deceased friend and his brother, his younger brother. And I showed up. He spotted me from a good distance, from a good 75 yards, and I could tell real soon after he saw me that he recognized me. Just a good solid 3 seconds, he recognized me from that distance. And we spoke for a moment. I gave him a gift card with some currency in it. I didn't tell him there was money in it. And he said, Gunner, you wanna? We briefly spoke. And he said, Gunner, would you like to come in and see him? And then to me, I was like, I don't like seeing people after they've went away. And so I was like, yeah, yeah. I said, yeah, man, I'll go see him, because we were all friends. And I went and seen him, and he looked real good. He looked real good, and my friend was telling me, he's like, they did good, didn't they? I said, yeah. I said, yeah, they done real good. I said, he looks real good, and he thanked me for being there, and he told me he loved me, and I told him I loved him too, and it's unfortunate. He was 40 years old, and he unfortunately passed away from a busted abscess tooth that he had been dealing with, and had ended up getting into his bloodstream and following its way to his heart, and that was it. That was the end of his story. Uh, he was 40 years old, and the funny thing was, I had free time to do that, and just about 2 hours after that, I was invited. You know, I was invited 2 or 3 months back by this girl that is good friends with me and my wife, and she's been asking us to go. And so I had told her like 2 or 3 months ago, like I will be there. So I go to a funeral Tuesday around 12 for friends, 12 to 2, and I stayed maybe 45, 50 minutes, and he told me some old friends that we knew that had already showed up. The funny thing was, though, when I got the card and I put the currency in it in an envelope, I took a curve and I had a Red Bull sitting at the cup holder that's full of change, and so I put it up higher, and I went around a little curve, and I done it slowly, and it spilled this direction toward the passenger seat, and it got into the seat. Well, I noticed it real quick as I'm turning too, and I pick it up, and it created so much compensation when I picked it up. It overspewed, and I'm watching the road. It overspewed, and I felt Red Bull dropping on my lap, and it soaked my jeans, man. Big spot up here. So when I went and seen my buddy, I told him, I'll just leave names out. And I said, hey man, although I said his name, I was like, hey man, just a heads up, I brought you this card, but just right down the road in a curve, I had spilt Red Bull on this card. And he was, that's what friends do. He's like, oh, it's no big deal, man. And I was like, also, I spilled Red Bull, big patch on my jeans. And he kind of laughed about that. And I said, yeah, your brother would get a kick out of that if he was riding with me. And he's like, it's no big deal. And we talked for a minute. He hugged me. He said, I love you, man. And I said, I love you too. And he goes, would you like to go see my brother? I was like, well, if you insist. I'm a hat guy. And I said, hey, bro, is it okay for me to wear a hat in there? And he said, Gunner, my brother has a hat in his casket. And I was like, oh, that's cool, I was like, I told him, I said, I figured he would, because I know both brothers. And I hung out there for 45 minutes, an hour tops. We hugged again. I told him to come hang out, hit me up, talk, whenever, if you want to vent or just anything. And he said he would. And I left. And then I had went home. I got dressed for a college graduation. And I went and done that for about 2 or 3 hours. Got a bunch of pictures taken. That girl invited us for 3 months to go, and I told her I'll do everything to be there, and I went. Just to kind of tell y'all what I've been doing lately. Sorry to hear that. Yeah. Thank you, Kels. It's inevitable. Sometimes it happens sooner than later, and there's nothing we can do about it but send respect and condolences. Just not because you can or it's the right thing to do. I think you should only do it when it really means something from you to the person that passed away, or do it for their closest relative, like a brother, a sister, mom and dad lost their last kid, something like that. Just sending respect. It's more a respect thing. It's your last respect you can give to them. Yeah, it's tough. And so I was off Monday and Tuesday, because in trucking you can only take 2 days off. You can't just be like, oh, 1 day off. You can't. Well, I guess it depends on what you're doing. For the run I was going to do, I had to take all 2 days off, Monday and Tuesday. And technically, I went to work for briefly Tuesday night, and I didn't do much. But then I worked some difficult hours this week. And so I just got done today. I had been up since 11 p.m. last night. I drove all night to about 4. Just a few minutes after 4, I made it to my destination in Kennesaw, Georgia. Got in there. That place is difficult. That's when I need to show you live, because you got to do 2 things. When you pull into this place, you got to pull way up. You got to blind side like this. Luckily, I had a guy that helped me, and a truck moved while I was backing up, so it gave me more space. And I moved in there, blindsided in there, got enough room where I could turn this way so I could come back down to the dock doors with it out my driver's side window, so it's so much easier. I just whipped it in there and got unloaded. And then drove, that was this morning. Then I drove back to home. Yeah, so I appreciate you being sorry to hear it, Kels. Who is that? Yeah, Kels. I ain't trying to look for sympathy or nothing, but I mean, I think a lot of us have lost people that we hold true to our hearts and always have. And, especially for people that you've known for 24 years. I wouldn't necessarily it gets easier. I think what happens is you can cope with it a little better after having experience. Everybody deals with things like that differently. I've come to terms myself on this topic is the I have come to terms with the inevitable of what will happen to me one day, and I've come to terms with it, and I'm happy with it. Y'all remember you telling me that, Kels? See, that's close. See, in your generation, though, of generation, you probably are you at the top of Gen X or are you at the body man of baby boomers? Because I've noticed older generations handle things a lot different than younger generations. But I think my opinion, I think you go more things like that. Like it slightly becomes easier because you've come to terms that like this is just the way it is. But no matter what, it always sucks. It sucks. I lost a good friend to me earlier too. I just found out about it about 30 minutes ago. She was an older lady. She was a good woman, and what bothers me the most is I was trying to actually talk to her when I had some good time. I wanted to call her, ask her how she was, because she lost a young daughter back about this year or 2 years ago. She was a good friend of mine, and she passed away too. Like I say, they say statistics show that two things statistics show about the millennial generation is that millennials are the current largest generation in America for about the past year and a half or 2 years. They overtook the baby boomers by only like 150,000. So millennials are the current largest generation. But I read an article with statistics that showed that no generation before millennials die as fast as the generation of millennials. I thought that was very interesting, and I saw that it's true. I've seen so many of my fellow friends I grew up with, people I've met in my life, millennials, and just weird things. I had a good friend, and I hate talking about this. If y'all don't want to talk about it, we can change it. But yeah, I've been just running nights, and lately I started trucking last night. Uh, well, I got up at 11:45 last night, and I left. I pulled out around 12:10 a.m. I've been driving all night. Uh, did my business, and I got back to the house probably about 11 o'clock this morning. And I slept 4 hours last night too, because I was busy doing stuff outside of work and coming back, going to work, sleeping 4 hours, and having to leave. So then one, my aunt was respected, but not my uncle. Okay, I understand that, Kel. Some people can be that's understandable. I think I should just leave it at that. That is understandable. I mean, I was talking to a really good friend of mine while we was trucking today, and we saw a ambulance running down the road, and I just so happened if it passed me, because legally you're not supposed to pass a vehicle with emergency lights on. It's illegal. And so when it passed, I saw an old man in the back of the ambulance, and he was probably in his 70s, late mid 70s to late 70s, and possibly early 90s from what I seen of her or him. And he was sitting up in the gurney, and when I saw his face, I just felt this overwhelming of sadness. But I mean, he was alive, and it was 8:30 in the morning. I think they was taking him to the University of Tennessee. I hope that's a good picture right there. I wish I could have a tripod, set it up a little higher. Let's see what I can do. There we go. Yeah, I thought I'd holler at you for brief, brief time. Just give you the heads up of why the lives wasn't going on this week. Is it the hours were awkward. I was like I said, I ran nights into the days. Maybe it would have been a good thing. I don't know, but it was hard on me. I need to hook up another computer so I can see the chat closer. There's no picture. Oh yeah, man, Lowe's, everything's getting better. I mean, there's other stuff going on. I tried to turn this into a reality TV show a little bit, not giving too much information. This could be a long topic. How things going better for me now? See, man, all in all, it's like things are going good with my initial. Like if you, depending on your specifics and what you're talking about, but I'm just going to assume you're talking about what's going on better with my initial family. My initial family of my personal family of what I've created. Everything is going good there. Same thing here, mate. Things in life suck. And some of it does. Life is all about ups and downs, uh, triumph, and the suck. It's funny for me, Matthew, because I have triumphs and almost simultaneously I have the suck. I got some real suck going on right now. It's nothing that can't be like, talked to. Here's a perfect word. I am working on a convention. There's no picture. Kales, where's there no picture? Yeah, I appreciate that, Matthew. But I think if we want to turn in some reality, I think we need to do it right here, or get people to intelligent people that could help me word things in a better manner to express them on a live, and use words that might not get people confused, or like where you could contradict something, or just sharing ideas. This is a topic of what I'm thinking about. It's like, sharing ideas and what people think and giving their own opinions. Because I have a dilemma. But I guess we'd have to do this on Discord, because some of it holds some valuable information. You'll be here from the bushes. Yeah. Okay, well, I'll give you a heads up. This is something y'all already know. Uh, my sister had moved in to my household with 3 kids. She has a total of 4. One is somewhere else in a different state. Uh, Trying to do this without saying too much. But she currently has three. No offense to color or anything, but they're mixed. They're black and white. Some of you've seen them. All in all, they're decent kids, but they do really spiteful things. They're really clever. Really clever. And there's other stuff going on that I don't really want to say on here. But that's not the reason I didn't do lives this week. It was so busy. I had my thing where I put in the windshield and we could record. And I just kept forgetting to put it on there. And then I had a friend of mine. We talked on the phone from like 12:45 in the morning, and we talked all day long to about 12 o'clock. So we talked for about 12 hours. And you can't do a live when you're on the phone for 12 hours. It just mutes the whole live. And we had some good conversations. Right. Meza? That's the only thing I can say of hi, man. Or woman. Appreciate you dropping in and saying howdy. What's that? Matthew says I'll watch him in the bush. Manilow says I'll watch him in the bushes. She I guess it ain't really nothing really like discriminatory. Okay, well, y'all know, some of you know, because there's not a lot of people in here, that my sister has been going divorce. Okay? So, and this has been going on for a minute. I allowed her three kids to move in, because I've said the oldest kid is somewhere else. And she is, and she's been with us 3 months, 3.5 months. And this girl will temporarily move in with somebody. This is my sister. She will move in temporarily for somebody, move her kids and some belongings, live with them for a month, month and a half. I don't know what happens, but she comes back. She comes back here. Been here for about 2 or 3 weeks. Well, she's been going through a divorce, and like I said, she's been here probably since late July or August. Moved away for about a month and a half, 2 months, something like that. I guess she does good things there at that place. I think my wife's home. Well, she does good things there, and she comes here and she like does nothing. And I don't want to say some other stuff. I probably shouldn't say other stuff. Alright, hey guys, I'm gonna have to end this live. I'm gonna have to end this live. Sorry I wasn't able to do lives this week, so try to do some shortly. Yeah, man, hello. Well, I mean, she's also supporting herself. She's got a job. Everybody in this household has a job. You as well, man. Hello, Kels. Thank you all for being here, Sven. Appreciate you all being here. I gotta go, guys.